Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
Are we on now? Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning and welcome to this year's Foothills Arts Festival at Park's Edge Event Center. And I'm here with my good friend Brittany Potter, and we are going to take you on a tour of the festival this morning. Woohoo!
Yay.
Wait, you're supposed to go be the crowd.
And the crowd goes wild.
Just like that. So yeah. So Brittany, no, honestly, this is, I was just walking around a little bit right before before we went on the air. There's some really, really cool pieces here. But tell everybody what your involvement with the art festival is.
Okay. Well, this year I'm kind of spearheading it, but with a huge team because it does take a village.
It does.
Couldn't have done it without Cora Willett. She's, in my book, she's Mrs. Foothills. Several board members, Southern Hills Arts Council board members, we've spent dozens of hours of time setting up panels, hanging art, checking people in. We had a reception last night that went really well. We had a really good turnout, sold some art. So this would not be possible, well, one, without the artists, but two, without all of our fantastic volunteers and our sponsors. We have a lot of award sponsors this year and a lot of general sponsors, and we're just really grateful for everybody coming out and making this week such a huge success.
You know, and the Arts Festival's been around for, I don't know, like a few years. We'll say a few years. And I can remember being a little girl and even going out to the winery. It used to be out there, believe it or not. Yes, yeah. Cantor's Cave, Cantor's Cave, the Wagon Wheeler. I mean, it's been all over the place. But this is like the most amazing venue to hold this because, well, Park's Edge just rocks, but it's also very centrally located, easy to get in and out of. So everybody's welcome. We want to invite you all to come out and see it. But if you can't do that, we're going to show you some of the pieces today, right?
Absolutely.
So we started here. We had to pick somewhere, right? So we just started here. Here. So tell us what we're going to see. Tell us what we're seeing, I guess.
Okay. We have different categories. We have different categories. What you're looking at right now is our professional 2D. We've got several bays of professional 2D art. I believe that was the highest amount of art pieces entered was in the professional 2D.
Really?
Yeah, which was really cool. Lots of great things to look at all over, but this is going to be more of people who consider themselves professional, who may earn at least 30% of their income from art, or
awesome.
their jobs are art related. So you're going to see a lot of really fantastic pieces here. You want to kind of look around?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was looking at the ski one over here. That's really super cool.
Yeah, that's actually screen printed.
Okay, that's really cool.
It is really cool. Do we get closer to it? How does that work?
Yeah, well, or you can just, our camera guy can just kind of zoom in as we're,
Yeah.
we can, let's go back here and we can see what he's zooming in on, and then we can talk about it. How's that?
Yeah. And that right there is, that is Bob Eisnagel. That's Scratchboard.
Of course it is,
Yeah.
because, he's crazy talented.
Crazy talented. You'll see a couple of his pieces around. If you focus here onto the middle here, That's a piece by John Victor, and he has several pieces in the show, and he's also a very fantastic artist, I believe, from the Chillicothe area.
Super duper cool. And it's just amazing to me, like art it's all subjective, and it's just like what is going through people's minds.
Absolutely. You don't know what you're going to see or what you're going to feel when you look at certain things.
That's exactly right. And I know, I'm sure, like, when you guys are checking people in, it's like, holy moly, I can't believe this person came up with this. This is wild.
Yeah, and sometimes the artist will kind of explain a little bit, talk about why they did what they did, and that's one of the really cool things about the reception that we had last night is, since it is a lot for the artists, you can talk to them and get kind of like the mindset behind what they put on, canvas or wood or what have you.
Well, I wish I had one inkling of their talent. I don't, so. Well, let's walk around this way and we'll keep on going. So if our camera person will follow us, we'll try not to knock over the mums. Say hi to Adrian, everyone. And what are we seeing here?
These are some pieces donated by the Kidd family and the Hazelrig families. They are part of our Marquet collection, and they are up for purchase as a straight $100 donation to Southern Hills Arts Council.
Well, very good, and very fitting. I see that Megan Davis has purchased one of the floral pictures, so absolutely. Very, very cool. All right, well, let's keep on walking here. And you want to go down this row?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, oh, we're going to take a break? Okay, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back as we get situated.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back. Thank you to our friends from Vinton County Bank, of course, and all of our sponsors there. Okay, so Brittany, we've moved around the corner. That way we could get set up here. And, well, we have babies, but they're really cute.
It's this is a no nudity show. It's family friendly. But sometimes you have to kind of you have to use.
They're cartoons.
Kind of some, maybe, I guess, discretion on what that means.
Yes.
But it's just a really profound piece about like a woman's life and all the different stages within it. And so we felt that it was worthy of keeping.
I like that. That's very cool. And nothing wrong with that. Okay, so is this more of the professional? Because these pieces are amazing.
Yes, this is still our professional 2D area.
Okay. Yep. So what is tell us a little bit about some of these pieces.
So we looked at the Wellston Water, which was the ski portrait in the other bay.
Yeah.
This cow over here to our right is by the same artist, Sullivan Potter. Very talented little guy there. And to the left of it is our Best of Show winner, actually. This is not the actual Best of Show winning picture, but same artist.
Okay.
Carrie Dodds, she's fantastic. She uses India ink, which is I understand, a very difficult medium to work with because it's very unforgiving. So it's like once you put down what you're going to put down, there's, you have to be very diligent and thoughtful with what you're doing.
Reminds me of watercolor, where it just has a mind of its own.
Yeah, from what I understand, it probably is very similar.
Okay. And then what else do we have?
Over here to the left, here in the middle, we actually have our very own Ethan Michael. One of his pieces, a lot of his pieces you'll see throughout these bays are very colorful, a lot of pyrography, wood burning. That says dad on it, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to be an image of his dad when he was younger.
I mean, I could kind of see that.
Yeah, you may know his dad better than I do. But just really, really fantastic use of color. And he's really into glitter right now with his art. And
Who doesn't love glitter?
that's what I'm saying. It just makes it pop. It just makes it look so cool.
I mean, has anyone ever been in a bad mood and seen glitter?
Absolutely not.
Except for when you have to clean it up.
Right. Because, well, we all know.
Yeah, it's a thing. All right, well, let's move on to the next bay. How's that? I'll try not to take out a pumpkin or a mum here.
They are everywhere. Okay. In this one, we have actually a couple honorable mentions our judges chose. Here in the center is a portrait called Nana, and great use of color. The lines are fantastic. This artist has a very specific style, and you can see that in some of her other works. And if you look off to the left, again, you'll see Ethan with his Browns backers, State of Ohio. That sucker is heavy.
Yeah, it actually is, and it's really kind of cool if you take a closer look at it. It is Browns themed, but it also has our Jackson Water Tower. It has the Wellston Rocket, and then the Oak Hill Oaks, kind of supporting our county football teams or basketball teams as well, or I guess schools.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you'll see the glitter. Just makes it pop. And
Who doesn't like a silver rocket with glitter on it?
I'm telling you, certainly you're not going to find anybody that doesn't. Over here to the immediate left is, that's James. James.
Oh, our good friend James, and he took, is that Dwight Eisenhower?
That's Dwight Eisenhower, yep, and it's autographed. So for, you could take that home. If you come down to the Arts Festival and you can purchase that and have some Dwight memorabilia for your very own.
Love that. Very, very cool. All right, and yeah, Dwight, I don't know how anybody could get a picture of him. He moves around so fast.
Yeah, well, you got to be very talented, and so James is the man.
Well, we can certainly say that James is talented. All right, well, let's move on down the row. I see a is it a mermaid?
It absolutely is a mermaid. You could not have designated that any better.
So if you would pull around this way, and we'll show you what we're talking about. The mermaid.
Yeah, and its tail.
He found it.
Ah,
He's like, what are they talking about?
makes a little more sense now. So this is Rhonda Binkley. She's from Chillicothe, Ohio. She has several pieces in the show. All of her stuff is very creative. Look at how creative that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the tail, it moves, which just really adds to the whole piece. It's great, and as you can tell, it was an honorable mention.
Very, very good. Very cool. And so one of my favorite pieces that I've seen so far is the mermaid piece down the way here. So two mermaids in one row, but that brat Courtney beat me to it.
Oh yeah, that is Sean Langley. He said that's a picture that he painted in a series. That was the third and final picture, and yes, Courtney and Mike Leach did buy it, and that brings me to another point. A lot of this, we have to thank our Purchase Award patrons.
Absolutely.
Who come out and guarantee that they will buy art, and a couple of them bought at least two pieces. So that's fantastic because you're out here supporting these artists, which also in turn supports Shack and the Marquee downtown.
It's win-win.
It truly, I mean,
Truly
just
win-win.
come and look at the art, and if you feel motivated, purchase something, and I guarantee you, I saw the faces of some of these artists when they found out that they sold something, and I mean, it just, they lit up. They were so excited, so.
Very good. All right, so I'm laughing because I see a doodle over there.
Yes.
And I don't mean a squiggly thing. I mean like a dog.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's paper mache.
That's pretty cool.
It is, I want to pet it.
I want to like take it home and cuddle with it on the couch.
Yeah, I think once you feel it, you may second guess that.
Well, it looks like you could.
Exactly, and that's where the talent comes in, because, yeah, I don't even know how you go about doing that, to be honest, so.
Absolutely no clue. So these are all like 3D, it looks like, kind of things. Am I saying that right?
Yes, this is our amateur 3D area. This section here, and then around the corner there to our left. We actually have a gentleman that has been bringing in these found object instruments, these guitars. So if you see the one hanging on the wall straight ahead of us, and then the one to the right on the wall, those are found objects that he puts together to mimic an instrument, usually a guitar. These are not playable, but if you look to the ones in the middle, these are also kind of found object. But the gentleman who made these went a different direction and actually made them playable. So they have pickups, and they have, you can hook them up and you can actually play them.
That's pretty cool stuff. Very, very cool. All right, well, let's walk around the corner and continue with this section. How's that?
Absolutely.
So I was laughing earlier. This is the first bay that I kind of saw, and these old fellas here crack me up.
Yeah, they are pretty adorable.
So we did a beer at the brewery called Papaw's Pool Party.
Yeah.
They would be great mascots for that.
That's very true. That is very true. The bird on top of the hat is just really kind of like chef's kiss for the whole thing.
Yes.
But it definitely makes me feel like I'm at the beach and I'm seeing two old dudes
But they're having
hanging
so
out
much
at the
fun.
Exactly. They're having way more fun than two old dudes at the beach should have.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. Lots of fun. And then what is the super heavy duty brake fluid thing? That looks, is that a guitar as well?
Yes, that is a playable guitar made out of literally a can of brake fluid.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the artistic and creative ability to be able to look at just everyday objects and be like, I could turn that into a working instrument is unfathomable to me, because that's not my forte.
Mine either, so, yeah. And then we have a lovely lady here working on her laptop.
Yes, this piece is called Girl Power. It's by an artist named Rita Roberts. She has multiple pieces in this year. It's her first time showing in the Foothills, and she did very well. We're really proud to have her here. This is her granddaughter.
Oh.
Like life size.
She's not in there, is she?
I didn't ask.
She didn't physically paper mache her granddaughter.
I was too afraid to ask because I didn't want to know the answer. But it's one of those things. If you're in here by yourself at night, you definitely want to remember that it's sitting there.
Yes, as our good friend James says, it's nightmare fuel.
In the dark, it can.
In the dark,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, well, let's keep on going down this way. And so I know that I believe these felt mice have been. Is the same artist has done something similar, correct? Or is this someone different?
No, this is probably who you're thinking of. This
Yes.
is Angela Pinson.
Yes.
Fantastic miniature and wool work.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Crazy.
incredible. She's actually going to be having her own show at the Marquee coming up starting in November. So we're really excited to see what all she's going to bring to that. But this set here, she created the set and then she used the set plus a couple other pieces that she has to take photographs of it and turned it into a really cute Christmas book.
That is awesome.
Yeah, like she took pictures and they were photoshopped and made. I mean, it's really fascinating.
Yeah.
I can't work with things that small.
She must have the patience of I don't know what.
I don't know. She's so nice, so I believe it.
Okay. I get you. I get you. All right. Well, let's keep on moving. Where you want to go next, Brittany?
You want to go to the youth category?
Sure. Let's do that. And we're not going to show you everything because, you all have to come and see it for yourself. But we can show some of these pieces. And these are done by the kiddos.
Absolutely. A lot of really great talent emerging from the youth of the area. If you look back here, this honorable mention, that is also Scratchboard.
Wow.
Yeah, that is Maya Adams, super talented. I mean, it's super impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here we have, over in the corner there is one of our local landmarks. It is Lewis Drugs.
Wow.
It's very colorful, very cool designed photo.
Okay.
Photography.
Who took that?
That artist is Oliver Milliken.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, dude's talented. And then over here, our second place in youth category 2D is this really cool Pokemon by Christian Sites.
Okay. Love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I see Legos over there as well.
Yes. Oh, we have all the mediums here.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and moving on. Is this still the youth?
Yes. This is still youth 2D. Some of the same artists you're going to see here: Christian Sides, Oliver Milliken, Maya Adams. We've got this really cool. It's Mona Archie. It's
Okay, what I know that's something, but I don't know what it is.
So I believe that is Oak Hill High School's mascot. I believe his name is Archie, and so they've creatively placed him as the Mona Lisa.
Love that. I did not know that the Oak Hill mascot was named Archie.
That's my guess.
Uh-huh.
It's my guess. I don't know. I'm not big on the sports.
Yeah.
You know.
Sports ball.
Sports ball, and then we have an actual. I believe that is a lino cut print over here in the corner of a rat in the attic.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hope that the rat stayed in that attic.
Same. We don't need rats.
No. Okay, very good. Are we going to move on now?
Come around here, we've got, this is professional 3D.
Okay.
We've got some,
That's Freddy Krueger
yeah,
with a pumpkin.
yeah. Again, that's Ethan Michael, did a fantastic job. Told me yesterday he'd never watched the movie. Any of them.
Well, that's probably a smart move, honestly.
Like, that's pretty good for not having seen the movie.
Yeah.
We've got some 3D printing. We've got some painting on live pieces of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
which is, fantastic. We've got this cool, you have to help me, mobile?
Mobile.
Who knew there were so many ways to say
Is it like wind chimes?
They're made of paper, so
Probably
you're gonna
not.
hear just a lot of and we have somebody who makes jewelry, Angie Terry. She makes usually some very lovely pieces that she puts in, and some more painting on wood.
Very, very super cool. Okay, well, let's keep on moving. We'll follow you, Brittany.
This is the backside of the professional 2D. Lots of really great pieces. We have another Bob over there. I Snuggle. He's everywhere. He does all the things. This little tiny portrait here on the back left-hand side here is a gentleman named Ray Anderson. Very realistic art that he does, and it's always really small.
But super detailed.
Super detailed.
Cool.
Incredible detail. People absolutely love when he comes in and has his pieces, 'cause they just love looking at it. And here we've got people are really they say this horse is visually striking. Not only is the horse painted very well, but the colors, that blue, they say really catches their eye.
Yeah,
I have to agree.
I would too. Being a former horse queen.
I had to show that one to you.
Yeah,
So,
you know, if the horse was wearing my crown, it would be even cooler.
We'll have to
See what we can do about that.
yeah. Make a collab.
We'll have their people call my people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And then this lady is eating a swan.
Yep.
Or not. I don't know.
I shall be released. Also, I mean, I'm just gonna guess that the swan's coming out.
I think there's some symbolism there.
For sure. Probably beyond my ability of reckoning, but this is also Carrie Dodds. She's just, I mean, fantastic work. Just fantastic work.
Incredible stuff. Okay, let's move on this way.
If you look back in the back again, you're gonna see James pulled off another great. It's a photograph, but it's made of multiple photographs.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think what that is.
It's Luke's 32 Bridge.
I know. I think he did that down in Nashville, maybe.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Rightfully so. It placed. It got a ribbon.
That is so cool.
You don't really understand how much
I mean, he did that with
thought.
Polaroid.
Exactly. Like there's no going back from that.
No, that's really cool.
Over here to the left is one of our artists, Brandy Stump. She does a lot of animal art. I love this piece.
Yes.
It's one, I'm obsessed with like deer and elk and all things antlers, right?
Sure.
Just slightly obsessed. But I'm no animal. Like, I mean, I am, I guess, by nature, but this makes me feel something.
Yeah, scared.
Scared and kind of a little sad.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
but
not
like,
going to end well for somebody.
right. But like,
Yeah.
who knew that animals? She just really emoted something with that, and I think that's fantastic.
Love it.
And then over here we have our very own Paul Brown.
Of course.
Yes, he's got a couple pieces in here this year. We're glad to have him back. And I mean, just fantastic oil work. You don't get much better.
He's ridiculous.
In
In a good way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wish I had half the talent. Do we want to check our amateur 2D real quick?
Heck yeah. I'm following you, sister.
Okay. We'll do a little repeat back. I have to talk about this real quick.
Okay. We're going to talk about this real quick.
This headless horseman here. That's made by our very own board member, Mandy Wechter.
Oh.
And it's with thrifted items. They're toys. So that's like a Barbie horse and a Ken doll. And she used like some clay. And if you want to, you can press that button.
Should I press the button?
I think you should press the button.
Let's press the button.
I mean, truly a 4D experience. You're not going to find that anywhere else, I promise.
You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct on that. Well, hey, we have about 10 minutes left, Brittany. Where you want to head from now? We do have to show the winners, so we have to save time for that.
The winners. Let's talk real quick about our judges.
Yeah.
And then we'll head up front.
Okay. Walk this way. Our poor cameraman is being led around. And don't forget, Apple City Players doing Clue this weekend, and it is going to be a hoot, to say the least.
It is so good. Here we have our Foothills judges. To the left we have Crystal Skira. In the middle we have Michael Binder Jr. And to the right we have Darren Baker. And they are standing with the Best in Show winner there. We greatly appreciate them coming from all corners of Ohio to come and judge the show.
Very, very cool. And they had really amazing things, if you can read that, to say about the artists and the pieces entered into this show. So, yep. We've got little flowers here.
All of our centerpieces that were at our reception last night and will be here all weekend were sponsored by Broadway Blooms. They're fall themed. They're very pretty, and people couldn't stop talking about them. So
they're amazing.
I mean, for a new business in town, we wanted to team up with them and make sure that we could partnership on that, and they did just a fantastic job.
You got it, and if you need some flowers, give them a call. All right, let's move that out of the way so we don't take out a mum or 10 on the way. So let's go see some of the winners. Are we going to go up on the stage? What do you want to do, cameraman? We can go up. He says we can do it. Don't fall now. I'll hold this up. There's steps right there. Okay. He's way more confident than I am. I'm going to probably fall off the stage, so. All right. So tell us. I feel like drum roll. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. This is our first place in professional 3D. That dragon is made entirely of leather.
That is ridiculous.
It is crazy. Justin Sickles is phenomenal with leathercraft. Definitely check out. I believe it's Lockwood Leather, but just an incredible piece of work. And apparently you can hook it up to a fog machine and it will blow smoke. Okay,
that is super duper duper cool.
Excitingly enough, this is our Youth 2D winner. This is Christian Seitz, and this is digital photography. Wow. And he is super proud of that. He's so proud.
I mean, it's so funny you talk about pieces like evoking something, and it's like you can just, that girl is blowing bubbles, and it just makes you like, it's fun.
Yeah, it takes me to like a summer day when I was like a little kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's keep on moving.
And our amateur 3D winner.
Wow.
Exactly. This is Tree Mother. Again, this is Rita Roberts. This is her first time showing this year, and she did a fantastic job. So this is a wood piece that she's adorned with clay and painted it and glazed it, and it's fantastic.
Well, where's Rita been all our lives? Because all of a sudden she's putting out all of these beautiful pieces.
Yeah, she's apparently been a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe she's taking time from doctoring, if you will. Okay.
She's retired. This is our first place professional 2D and our best of show winner. Best of show is chosen out of all of the first place from all the categories. And this is Carrie Seagraves Dodds, and this is, again, India Ink. And, I mean, just a stunning piece. Just, the judges couldn't get over the eye.
That, I know that is Tara Gillum, I think. Steiner's?
Yeah.
I'm like looking at it because her eyes really look that way. She's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely great.
And if you think of Tara, that's exactly, she's the cocktail queen. Yes, this is like one of the most appropriate. It's funny, the judges nailed it and whatever and didn't realize probably what they were doing, but if you think of Tara, that's exactly what you think of. So
cool. Yeah. Cool. Then good for Carrie for being able to accurately depict that.
Oh, very sure, for sure.
One of the found object instruments that is playable won our Patricia Best Ely Award for most creative. The judges.
It's a skillet.
It's a cast iron skillet.
Yes.
And the judges just couldn't get over just how creative that concept is of taking a pan that you cook with and turning it into a musical instrument. And I have to agree, it's just the Patricia Best Ely Award is for a creative use of materials and imaginative, and I think that just really sums that up.
That did it for sure. Okay.
Yeah, first place here in amateur 2D is, again, it's Rita Roberts.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she's something to look out for. But the judges just, the more that they looked at it, the more they found about it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. They really enjoyed these flowers, and just really her use of overall color, I think really, really, really stuck with them, and they kept coming back to it. It was just pulling them in.
I love that, and the title is so fitting. It's called Heaven's Backyard.
Right, because, like, there would be cats and dogs.
Right? Like
100%.
Wouldn't it be?
Absolutely. Yeah, I just love it. It's striking.
Or at least in our heaven, right, Brittany?
Straight up. A little pug heaven. Youth 3D first place winner is Whitley Michael.
Cool.
We saw several of her dad's pieces. Ethan, she got a kit for doing art, had different things in it from her grandma for Christmas, or a birthday, excuse me. And this is what came of it, a very artistic and colorful piece, and it is called Vision for Grandma, so it is accurately described in the title, and we really, really enjoy the talent that our youth has, and really hope that they continue to cultivate that to grow it into something big.
Absolutely. This is so cool. Okay, well, we've made it through the winners, and we do need to get on to news. We have a minute or so left. So what would you like to tell everybody?
You can come out to see all the art. It is open to the public today, 10 to 7, Saturday, 10 to 7, and Sunday, 12 to 5 p.m.
No charge, right?
It's totally free. Totally free. You can come vote for People's Choice if there's a piece that really moves you and you really like it, or you can come buy some art. That's entirely up for you. We got a couple raffles for some free stuff, and come out and see us and spend a little time at the Foothills this weekend.
That's right, and support, of course, the Southern Hills Arts Council. Head on out. Don't forget, this weekend is also Clue at the Marquee, so very, very fun. And Brittany, thank you so much for spending your morning with us, taking us on a tour of the Arts Festival. What we showed you here today is just like a tiny bit of it. It's not nearly all of it, not even close. So come on out, Parks Edge Event Center this coming weekend, all the way through Sunday. You can see the Art Festival. Okay, well, let's head on now to some news with our good friends, I think Pete Wilson and Jeremiah Schaefer in the house. Thanks, Brittany.
Thank you.
Hey guys, hello and welcome back to the studio here at Main Street TV's morning show. I'm Jeremiah Shaver and I'm joined by Telegram editor Pete Wilson. And we enjoyed that tour of the 42nd annual Foothills Art Festival, Pete. Folks still have time to get out Saturday and Sunday to check that out, right?
They absolutely do. It's free. You can't beat that. Great price there to see the Foothills Art Festival. Great venue, the Parks Edge Event Center at 601 East Main Street. Plenty of space, plenty of parking. As we said, totally free as well. But the Foothills Art Festival is open to the public later today from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., so pretty soon. Then also on Saturday, from also 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then finally on Sunday afternoon from 12 to 5. And you can see all the art there, see who the judges felt were the top winners, including the best of show. All the visitors, of course, will have a chance to have a say in an award because that's how the People's Choice gets picked.
Right. And
So
over 100
170, I think, was the
Almost
number.
200 then.
Was the
Okay.
number that I heard earlier in the week with 60 different artists. So some of them have more than one piece there. It's always very much worth your time to see that as well. So congratulations to the Southern Hills Arts Council and to our own Brittany Potter. She kind of took the bull by the horns and led the thing this year.
She did.
So that
She
is
did.
definitely one stop of many you can make this weekend on things going on in our local area.
Very true.
Well, I know this, Jeremiah, since we work together on the news department. You've been working on a couple of big stories that are going to be out in Saturday's edition. We'll have it online too, of course, on the telegramnews.com. And kind of one thing that just a little bit worrisome we're going to let the public know about, and another thing about a business that's been here for a little while that will be closing very soon.
That's right, Pete. Starting about the worrisome one. I've known about this just this month and was able to sit down with this person and talk a little bit about it. But members of the Jackson area community should be aware of the potential that the Jackson Food Program, also known as the Jackson Food Pantry and Clothesline, could close its doors in the near future due to financial reasons, Pete.
Well, that's what we understand. Nancy Baisden's been the director for a long time. She certainly knows what she's doing, but it's very challenging because it's very simple mathematical equation. The demand is up, and some of the donations that they count on, some of the revenue streams, the food, it all costs more. So they're squeezed right now.
They are. She said that the Jackson Food Program has been around for more than 50 years, and in the last several years, the program, like you were saying, has had a severe decline in monetary donations, as well as like you were saying, the food. And she said that they're completely funded by individuals and businesses in the community. They do get a very small government grant for the whole county once a year, but she said that really only funds 1 or 2 months of the food required to feed the clientele that they serve out of that location there. And they're just hoping that they just want to put out there, let people know, hey, they're struggling to make ends meet, and they just want to let people know that they may have to make some hard decisions shortly on that over there.
Right. And, there's lots of different ways that you can help. They do get a lot of donations. A lot of people know the food pantry is important. They've supported it consistently or, when they can. And what is the way if, either hearing you talk about it, they read it in the paper, it'll be in the paper on Saturday. How can you make a donation to the food pantry?
Yeah, so the easiest way to do, the Jackson Food Program, it is a 501c3, meaning it's a nonprofit tax-deductible organization. And if you want to make a monetary donation and mail it to their P.O. Box, it's P.O. Box 692, Jackson, Ohio, 440. And that is where she is wanting those monetary donations to go. I'm sure that she would also take food donations. You can probably drop those off over there at her location, which is at 323 East Broadway Street. That building's across from Belicio Foods. and they just moved into that building. If you recall, Pete, just a couple years ago. It was in 2020, before the health pandemic hit. There is when they had the ribbon cutting at the start of 2020 for that building.
Right. Adrian, could you put that picture up there for us? They haven't been, there it is.
There it
I
is.
think if you're on East Broadway Street driving by, you'll recognize the building. But if you haven't been there before or had no cause, hadn't been a recipient or dropping off a donation or any reason to be there, you might not know it's there. But that's 323 East Broadway. Hasn't been there all that long, and it's just a little bit farther down the road if you're coming from town past Belicia on the other side of the road. Jamestown Market, you keep going and you'll see this building on the right. It's much better than what they had before. It's their own building. Before, for many years, people remember they were in at least quarters downtown across from the Marquee about is where they were. So
Right.
Another thing that I know you can tell us about, and this kind of plays into the overall situation, in addition to doing a regular food pantry situation, they also do some special projects, including the Thanksgiving meal thing that's going on right now. And here's the rub. That's a wonderful thing that they do, but that takes money too.
That's right, Pete. It does take money to do that, and they are currently seeking donations to help fund that project. That is called the Community Thanksgiving Meal. It used to be something that they did up at Jackson High School. You can remember before COVID, they used to have a sit-down meal with carryouts, and now it is a complete meal that you can do a pre-order, first-come, first-served basis. They're not sure how many meals they're going to do this year, but it includes a frozen turkey, courtesy of Belicios, and then other items to make that Thanksgiving meal. So you got to be able to, like I said on the show before when I came on and talked about it, you got to be able to cook or know somebody that knows how to cook a turkey. That's a big bird that you got to put in the oven and make sure you cook, until it's done. And you got to know how to make those other sides for that Thanksgiving meal. But they are taking pre-orders for that. It's 740-286-5937 during regular operating hours. That is 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And they will only take orders over the phone this year. The deadline for orders is Friday, November 15th at 1:30 p.m. And I'd like to mention that, aside from that special project, they also operate, it was I just had it here, it was a year-round emergency 3-day food pantry to help deal with food insecurities in the community as well. And Bazin says that there's like an average of like 50,000 meals that they serve probably per year. And that's just a little bit more information about some of the numbers that they have. But you can read all the information about how the Jackson Food Program is going through this challenging time, and also some information about that special event with the Thanksgiving meal that they're wanting to do again this year.
All right, and I believe you may have mentioned this, but last year when they did the same style on the community Thanksgiving meal. It is a finite resource, so it's a first come first served thing. If they reach a certain point on number of meals based on their donations, and then they'll cut off the donations. So if this is something that you need and something that you want, you need to make a call sooner rather than later. I think.
Right. When
It's
I talked
word
to
to the
her,
wise.
when I talked to her on the phone earlier this week, I think she said she had somewhere around 50 pre-orders already.
Okay.
She wasn't sure where she was going to stop at. They were still trying to figure that out.
Right, and people may remember this project goes way back. For many, many years, until the last couple of years, it was a meal situation that was held either at the middle school or at the high school, and it was a hot meal that you could go up and eat. It was open to anybody. It wasn't just, for the needy. It was a community thing.
It was.
And a lot of volunteers stepped forward to help make that happen, not only, in the material donations and the monetary donations, but also there's volunteers on the labor part of it too. And then it kind of flipped because of many things, but COVID was the big thing.
That was the big thing, yeah.
Right, and then they have kept it this way since then. It's been at least 2 years, maybe 3, that they've done it this way.
Right.
All right, and another thing, Jeremiah, because you've been busy as a beaver of getting some news for us.
It's been a busy few weeks.
Right. Well, tell us about, we teased already, so let's get right to it. Tell us about the business that we understand is going to be closing soon.
Yeah, so this is kind of out of nowhere, Pete. After serving the gaming community and public for over a decade, GameStop of Jackson will be closing its doors on Saturday, October 19th, Pete. 8 p.m., that'll be the last time, that's when it'll close its doors permanently. And that store is located at 1016 East Main Street in Jackson. And earlier this week, customers discovered a large sign stuck to the entrance door that announced the store is closing. Thank you for being a loyal GameStop customer. That retail chain offers new and used video games, consoles, controllers, and other items such as trading cards and pop culture merch. I stopped by there, earlier this week, and a GameStop employee told the Telegram that they learned about the closure of the store actually on Tuesday, Pete, October 15th. They weren't able to provide any insight into the sudden closure, but were unhappy about the loss of employment for everyone that worked there. And they noted that the final day would be, Saturday, October 19th, which is tomorrow. So you might want to swing by there. I plan to try to learn a little more about that. And we'll hopefully have this story in Saturday's edition to read more. A little history about GameStop over there. It was one of 3 original stores that was still open at the McCarty Crossing Shopping Center in Jackson from when the complex first opened in the summer of 2014, Pete.
Been a while now.
It has been a while. And others that have opened and closed over the last decade there in that plaza, you had Rue 21, Great Clips, GNC, Jackson Flowers and Gifts, and then there was a second location of Armed and Ready that was there at one point as well. And remaining open in the complex today, you have Hibbett Sports and Dollar Tree, which were 2 of the original stores that opened in 2014, along with the AT&T authorized dealer who moved into that building in the early part of 2015. And then more recently, the Hot Head Mexican Grill and Cantina, which opened in November of 2021, Pete. And, that shopping center there was really neat when it opened up, Pete. It sits there on the corner of Main Street and McCarty Lane in front of what used to be the former Marilat plant.
Meridian.
Or no, Meridian. Marilat
No,
is
you're
further
close.
down. I was close.
You're
Same
close.
ballpark.
Right.
Meridian plant. There's still a warehouse there from Meridian that is going to be the future home of the Hers Foods production facility. They're going to be making cheese curds.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so with GameStop closing tomorrow, that'll bring the total of occupancy over there. There's 3 open suites.
Okay.
So kind of sad to see it go. It was there for a little over a decade now. And like I said, we'll hopefully have this story in tomorrow's edition.
Right. We don't know, exactly why it's closing for sure. It might be a corporate level decision. Has nothing to do with the local. It could be a business related decision. Big chains are always looking to update their situation, keep the stores that are doing well, the stores not doing well, or maybe it's just to try to save a little money. But whatever it is, the bottom line is the GameStop store in Jackson will be closing. Its last day will be tomorrow.
Right.
All right. I'm going to jump in, give you just a little rest before we go to your next story. Of course, the general election is going on. We always say the November 5 general election, but voting is going on right now. It has since October the 8th. That was the first day for early voting. When you vote early, you do it in the Board of Elections, the County Board of Elections in your county. So the Jackson County Board of Elections and the Vinton County Board of Elections has both been open for in-person voting. There is a new link that you can get on the Ohio Secretary of State's website where you can actually check in the progress of how many ballots have been cast early, and not only early in-person voting, but also absentee. That is another way that you can vote early before general election day on November the 5th. But next week, the early voting hours will expand just a little bit across the state. All the election offices will be open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's 1 hour more than they were this week. And then there will also be hours both on Saturday and on Sunday next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And the Telegram we hope you've noticed, has been doing some pre-election stories. We've had a story in about the local candidates in Jackson County, the local candidates in Vinton County in a separate story, and now we're covering, the levies and issues. Jackson County covered on Wednesday, and Saturday's paper will have what the tax issues and other non-candidate issues are in Vinton County, and we'll be following up with more as we get closer to the November 5 general election. Another story you covered, Jeremiah, that I think is worth mentioning. Folks in Wellston, I think, can be interested in this. We hope to have that story published, by the way, in our Saturday paper. You attended the last council meeting. You got another one, I know, coming up this evening. But an issue was brought to the council's attention, as if they maybe didn't already know. Resident of 2nd Street came and had a complaint and a concern. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right, Pete. A Wellston woman, she showed up for the public comment section of the council meeting on Thursday, October 3rd, to address Wellston City Council members. She resides at 613 West 2nd Street there in Wellston, and she said, "We are just fed up and need help." And what she means by that is there on 2nd Street, on the section that she lives, that roadway had been redone, I think paved, and since then, there's been a problem with speeding, Pete, up and down that section of 2nd Street. And she had showed up to just kind of plead with council to say, hey, yeah, here's a picture of her at the podium talking to council to say, hey, we got a speeding issue on that section. They threw around some different ideas. I guess some signage is going to be posted out there about what the speed limit is. And, Council President Rick Hudson, who you can see in the photo there, said that him and other council members, sounded like some steps were being taken by the city, such as speed limit signage being placed, and there's supposed to be more police patrol in the area. And there was some discussion that more could be done, such as possibly doing a three-way intersection there, stopway on because there's a roadway there as well, Pete. It's called Burns Avenue that runs there behind Seton Square. And there was discussion maybe even putting stop sign, a three-way stop sign there to kind of slow traffic down so they're not speeding up and down. But she's just worried for, her kids and neighbors' kids and those that may walk up and down 2nd Street. They said, people are flying up and down. She also said that someone drove into her yard, Pete, and killed her cat.
Okay,
ran her cat over.
That's horrible.
Ran her cat over and continued on down the roadway.
Wow. Okay.
And so she just wanted to bring, so people are flying up and down 50 miles an hour up and down that road is what she claims. So
right.
Wanted to bring that to council's attention.
Right. It's kind of an irony. The situation, a negative, has come about because of a positive, because they paved Broadway Street, that section of it in connection with, I think a water and sewer project.
I think so,
They
yes.
had to do the paving, and, it's a big, wide street. You can get a head start if you're coming in town from that direction. Thank God for the four-way stop at Minnesota Avenue, kind of slowed people down.
Yes.
I hope it slows people down.
Right.
But that's a problem brought to council's attention by somebody who should know they live on that street.
Right.
All right, some other things to tell you about. Vinton County engineer Roy Depew announces that a section of Macedonia Road, that's Vinton County 47, Vinton County Road 47, will be closed for traffic starting Monday due to a bridge replacement project. There will be a detour in place. They'll allow local traffic, but if you're doing through traffic, you'll need to take the detour. All right, some other events that are coming up we want to tell you about. The walkie-talkie speech therapy folks are going to have a trunk or treat. It's called a sensory-friendly trunk or treat. It'll be today, later on today, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. In their parking lot at the Outpost Center. That is the little mall that is and office units that are right across from Walmart there at the Outpost Center. But that is open to the public 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. It's called a sensory-friendly trick or treat by the walkie-talkie speech therapy folks.
What day was that, Pete?
That is today, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m.
For Friday, right?
For Friday, correct. All right.
Oh, sorry. Throwing stuff at you there.
Okay. All right. Also, the MacArthur Fire department is going to have a bean dinner in Hallgross on Saturday. That will be that'll be at Fire Station 2 on US Highway 50. The Liberty Township Fire Department will have their bean dinner. It will be starting at noon. Let me check that. No, 11 a.m. at their fire station on Harrison Road. And I know that you have an event over at Manpower Park that you can tell us about real quickly.
Real quick, the inaugural first annual chili cook-off is set for Saturday, October 19th. And it's going to be area law enforcement, firefighters, and medics putting their cooking skills to the test while raising funds for a good cause. The event will be held at Jackson's Manpower Park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And folks are invited to swing by, and you get to sample the chili. There's going to be some voting to be done. They'll have the spiciest, most unique, and best overall will be the awards for the first responders. And you can sample it, and if you like it, then you can buy a bowl for $3. And all the money goes to the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Troopers Love Children program, which was a charity started this past year. And the program provides Christmas gifts to needy children in the coverage area of Jackson and Vinton counties. And on top of that, Pete, they also provide the necessities and ingredients for a full Christmas dinner. How about that?
Okay.
Troopers stepping up to help those in
All
need.
right, yeah, a fun event that they swear.
I believe last year they were able to help over 20.
That is,
they had somebody on the show to talk about it.
That is very good. Sounds like a fine event, and it looks like the weather will be good for all these outdoor events, including on Saturday evening, the Pumpkin Walk will take place down in Oak Hill. The Oak Hill Area Chamber of Commerce does that. That'll be at Central Memorial Park. The Pumpkin Walk, which will involve mostly kids with the carved, decorated pumpkins, will start at 7:30 p.m. They'll serve free refreshments starting at 6:45. That's always a good one. And then, of course, Friday Night Football coming up tonight. The 4 games that we'll have on the radio, as always, our local teams. Hillsborough at Jackson on WKOV. Oak Hill hosting Portsmouth West on WCJO. Wellston at Meigs on WYPC 1330 AM and 105.3 FM. And Vinton County hosting Nelsonville on WYRO 98.7 FM. It'll be a big weekend, and we'll be right in the middle of it.
That's right.
Through the telegram and the radio.
Yeah, lots of events happening. A lot of them for good causes. So if you're not doing anything this weekend, there's plenty to choose from. So.
Right. And we didn't tell you about everything. Just some.
Right. So pick up the telegram. We got a bunch in there about upcoming events. A lot of holiday. Halloween, October-related, fall-related, etc. going on. So
okay.
I believe we're out of time, Pete. So we'll wrap it up here, and we just appreciate everybody stopping by Main Street TV's morning show. And any final thoughts?
Nope. Just have a great weekend.
All right. Have a great weekend. Jen should be back on Monday.